Now we're going to scale the critter down and place it somewhere outside the perimeter of our planet. I'll select, hit the up arrow to be sure I've got the group. Hitting R on the keyboard, I will scale it down considerably. Gets pretty subjective now, and I'll move it outside the center of the viewport. I'm going to turn the planet on to see where it relates to the planet itself. I'm going to go to my top view, and I'm going to hide the planet for a moment, and I'm going to make a path on which to animate the creature. I'm going to start by rotating it and pointing it in the direction of the planet. Holding down the space bar, I'm going to go to Create, Curve Tools, CV Curve Tool, and I'm going to be sure that it's set for 2 so I can get a curve. Now I'm going to make a simple loop that starts out here, and if you can imagine your planet in the center, you could even do this with your planet on if you chose to, but we'll be able to move the path after we've introduced it anyway and adjust it by clicking on the vertices. I'll hit W on the keyboard, and now I'll put my planet on. And if I wanted to, I could begin to adjust how I want the path to interact with the planet. I'll put it above the planet a little bit, and then once I've attached the animation to the path, it'll be a little easier to adjust how it goes around the planet itself. To attach our model to the path, we need to introduce a locator. Holding down the space bar, I'll go to Create, and I'll click on Locator. It's better to turn off the planet at this point because it is introduced into the center of our viewport. I'm going to shift select the path so the locator is white and the path is green. Holding down the space bar, I'm going to go to Constrain, and then I'm going to Motion Paths, and I'm going to go to Attach to Motion Paths attribute. And you'll see at the top of the motion path attribute that the time range should be time slider. And all that means is that the animation will take the entire timeline in which to have our little creature follow that path. So all I need to do is click on Attach. And if I draw my playback head through my timeline, the locator is now following the path. I'll put the playback head at the beginning of the timeline, and I'll go to my top view. In my top view, I want to select my model, hitting the up arrow to get the entire group and W to move it. I'm going to put it over the locator. I'll go to my perspective view, and in my perspective view, I'm going to move my model so it's just a bit above the locator and still selected. I'm confirming that my group is selected. With my group animation selected, I'll hold the Shift key and click on the locator. I'm going to hit P for parent. And now if I were to play my animation or drag through my timeline, my model is following that path. Now I can turn on my planet. And then I can go in, select my path, and if need be, through the control vertexes, I can adjust this. And now I'll play my animation to see what that looks like.